Hello everyone, so in today's video I have two really awesome OCs that I'm going to be drawing. This is episode 7 I believe, and I can't believe we've already gotten to this many episodes. That must mean I've done about 7 weeks of this, if I have consistently done it every week. I'm not actually sure. But anyway, I'm a bit scatterbrained today, I'm a bit all over the place, so I'm going to go straight into talking about the characters, and this time, hopefully, I've timed it correctly so I do speak about the characters while they're on screen and not while the other character is on screen, because I know some people found that a bit off-putting last time. So, I've taken your feedback and I have applied it, and hopefully I've timed it all correctly, the commentary. I've got the video on screen, so hopefully it should work. But the first character I thought was really cool. I was initially really intrigued by the design. I thought it has a really cool colour scheme, and also just a really cool aesthetic to the character. So I will now tell you about Karis. Karis Legend is her name. So Karis is a rogue time traveller on the run from the corrupt authorities in the New World of 2207. It is a futuristic, almost steampunk world where time travel has been made possible. There was a nuclear war in the year 2148, which wiped out most of the human population. The ones that survived built a new world, appointing a new government which they thought they could trust. The corrupt authorities are planning to capture and kill the rogues, the people that don't fit in with their regime. They want to create a perfect world where everything is beautiful and by design. Karis stole a time machine and is attempting to save the new world by making changes in time. She knows this is very dangerous, so she enlists the help of a not very well known but talented historian called Ava Silence. Karis is very smart in the physics department, and before she was on the run, she was training to become a physics professor in a world-renowned university. However, after discovering the government's true plans for the world, she was arrested and put on death row. That is how she got the tattoos on her forearms. She escaped with the help of a defect soldier, Ray. He too found out the real intentions of the government. The trio, Karis, Ava and Ray, are all on the run from Ray's previous officer, Commander Gomez, who will stop at nothing to make sure that the new world survives. Karis is energetic, intelligent, curious, quite quirky, and can be scatterbrained when under pressure, which is most of the time for her. She is bold, occasionally being too confident, which sometimes gets her into trouble, and can be quite blunt when talking to other people, often making them dislike her. Karis is 21 years old, around 5'8", Caucasian and a general build. She has hazel eyes and short light brown hair. Karis usually wears her goggles, which protect her from the forces in time travelling. Her long trench coat and brown boots. The rest of her outfit changes when needed. And I thought Karis has such a cool design. I actually got the help of my friend Jake to pick out the first character, and being a really good writer himself and having read lots of books, he was definitely looking for good backstories and good designs, and that is why I trusted him to choose the first character. And I am so glad he chose Karis, because I thought she's such a cool backstory. I really like the idea of like this new world with the corrupt authorities and having time traveling aspects to it is all really cool. And it was a good chance for me to practice some really cool like lighting techniques, I want to say, because I had a shadow in the foreground and like some extreme lighting in the background on her hair. It's kind of like a backlighting. I'm trying to work on drawing environments more and making characters look like they're part of the environments. So this was a good chance for me to do that. And if you notice the background, I don't know, I don't really know what kind of room she's supposed to be in. I wanted it to look, well, it doesn't look particularly like steampunky, but I wanted it to just look like some hall that she's standing in, and she's like looking off into the distance, getting ready for her adventure or something like that. I don't know, but I thought it would be really cool to maybe give it like a look of more of a story rather than just a plain portrait like some of my other character designs, well, redesigns or redrawings of people's characters have been before. So I thought it would be really interesting to have this kind of look to her, and I also had so much fun with all the little details like the goggles at the top, and it was really fun painting her hair as well because it's such a nice colour, like that light brown. And yeah, I just loved the design. I know I've said that about a million times already, but I thought she has such a cool design. I want to draw this character again, to be honest. I don't know why, but yesterday I was a bit rusty in terms of drawing, but I was quite happy with how this one came out in the end. And now we're on to the next character. So, the next character is from Honey Yuri. I hope I'm saying your username correctly. As always, I will have links to the Instagram accounts that posted the OCs that are featured in this episode in the description, as well as instructions on how you can enter even if you don't have Instagram. So, this is Q. I hope I'm saying that right as well. An old demon that is associated with the moon by the humans that summoned her because of her colour scheme and personality. As a living human, she lived under harsh conditions. Her mother was a psychopath and she heavily abused her, since she wanted a son instead, since in their time period, sons were desired as children rather than daughters. Q had killed herself for not being able to deal with the extensive abuse, getting her to hell and being tortured for 100 years. Q has a small vendetta against humans, but not enough to cause issues in contracts with humans when summoned. She can switch between being a super caring mother bear and a non-caring and indifferent person. She did not grow out of her complex PTSD from her childhood, and it still remains as a demon, and the years of being tortured did not help. She does not communicate with any other people and often switches between being content with that and being desperately lonely. It is a reoccurring thing for Q to change her mind or ways to two polar opposites as a result of being unstable and unhappy with herself. She doesn't allow herself to cry often, seeing as how her mother made her feel weak for doing so. Q is a rather complex person, brackets demon, but doesn't let it show when talking to others. Her cheeks and joints turn bright red when embarrassed or when she's crying. Around other people or demons that she knows really well, she can actually be very cheery and often even cracks jokes and is happy. Only when she's alone does she really have the most problems. So obviously her backstory is really sad, but I really liked the design of the character. I thought she has such a cool colour scheme. And I like that the backstory kind of consolidates who she is. And obviously not every story is going to be happy. I definitely have my fair share of characters with tragic backstories. And yeah, most of all, I just picked her character because I really, really love the design. I completely forgot to add in the jewellery that's like hanging from her horns though, and the necklace around her neck, which I was really annoyed about, but hopefully if I have time I'll be able to add those alterations in and do that before I post the video so you guys can see the proper finished result. I was having a bit of an off day in terms of drawing yesterday. It was just one of those days that when you draw something it doesn't seem to turn out right. So if any of you guys don't think this is up to my usual standards, that might be why. I just found it so difficult yesterday. I don't even know why. I think I just feel really rusty at the moment in terms of digital art. But I'm working on fixing that. I think I just like completely lost the ability to blend or something. It was crazy. And this kind of relates to something that people have been asking me to make a video about. How to deal with feeling like your art's not good enough and stuff like that, which is something I'm planning hopefully soon. I'll probably upload that in like February time, and that is along with the digital art video I was going to make about how digital art is just as valid a form of art as traditional art as well. That's another thing I've got planned. And also for tomorrow I'm either doing an art supply review or I am going to be filming a meet the artist thing, because I keep seeing people do a meet the artist drawing and it looks like so much fun and I really want to do it. So I thought it'd be so cool to turn into a video as well, because then you guys can get some kind of like insight into who I am more, because I spend most of the time talking about my drawings and, well, I don't know, I do talk about my personal life sometimes as well, but I feel like you guys don't really like properly know me, so that would be a fun thing to do. Also, a load of people seem to think I'm a lot older than I actually am. I'm 17 years old. I'm going to be 18 in May, but I'm still 17 for quite a while. and someone told me they thought I was like 25. I was like, no. So I am only 17 to those people who thought I was older. And yeah, I just thought it'd be really cool. And then you can do like a what's in my bag thing as well as the meet the artist thing. So that just sounds like so much fun, and I'm really hyped to do something like that. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll be back again with this series obviously next week as well, and hopefully a new video tomorrow. So stay tuned. Bye guys.